In an interesting development, a bunch of pharma companies, including the likes of Dr. Reddy's Son and Teva, and other companies that manufacture the generic version of the common antacid drug Zantac, have agreed to pay more than $500,000 together to a man named Joseph Bayer in the US. The reason for the litigation was that Bayer alleged that the heartburn drug launched by GSK in 1983 and sold without a prescription since 1995 caused his esophageal cancer. The settlement came just a week ahead of the trial, and one of the reasons cited for settlement was because unfortunately Bayer had to return to hospital for cancer treatment. This case puts the spotlight back on concerns that this 40-year-old drug, which at one time was the world's best-selling drug, topping $1 billion in sales, causes cancer. The point of contention has been that the active ingredient of the drug, called ranitidine, degrades and turns into a carcinogenic called NDMA, for example, in hot and humid conditions. Today, in fact, researchers have linked this drug to multiple cancers, including bladder and colon cancer. Because of concerns of the presence of NDMA, drug regulators of the US, Canada and Europe stopped sale of all of the branded as well as the generic versions of Zantac over 2019 and 2020. Interestingly, India never banned the sale of these drugs in the country despite global concerns. During this time, the Indian drug regulators asked companies to verify the safety of the widely sold antacid, but there was never a blanket ban. GSK, however, recalled their drug Zantac in India during this time. Also, contrary to negligible to zero sales in developed markets in the past 2 to 3 years, companies selling ranitidine-based drugs in India have, for example, seen sales grow. For example, the company selling one of the top 3 brands in the country has been selling 200 crores of the brand annually with a growth of around 10 to 12%. The drug, in fact, also saw a huge spurt in sales during the second wave of COVID-19. To put it into perspective, one of the top brands in the market saw sales shoot up to around 75 lakh strips a month during the second wave versus average normal run rate of around 50 to 60 lakh strips per month. So why is ranitidine still being sold in India when there are global concerns? A chat with a few gastroenterologists in India in fact reveals that there is a lack of awareness on the concerns around the drug. They continue to prescribe it as always to patients, as there has not been any notice from the Indian drug regulators on it. Also, feedback is that there needs to be a substantial substitute for it. Today, the drug is expected to be more effective to suppress acid buildup in the night than a simple antacid. And while the market is shifting to proton pump inhibitors such as omeprazole, ranitidine is a cheaper, more affordable molecule. While major markets such as the US is still to go back to selling the drug, markets such as Canada have begun sales. Drug companies in fact claim that NDMA levels of the drug are the same that are already found in food. GSK, in their latest statement, stated that the US FDA and European Medicines Agency concluded there is no evidence of a causal association between ranitidine and cancer, and the allegations in the latest litigation is inconsistent with scientific evidence. But in any case, this will be an interesting space to watch. While pharma companies have settled with one litigator, there are claims by many others in the US that the drug makers knew about the deterioration for years but didn't stop selling the drug.